Hey everyone, I've been working on my purple sweater that has the purple rainbow handspun in it and one of the skeins of a blending project that I spun up with sequins from a couple of years ago. That has perfectly made the yoke of my sweater, and I'm quite happy with how it looks, though you'll notice in some of the included footage that by using the commercial wool for the casting on of the collar before you join it in the round, I'm leaving it the way it is. There's no way that I'm going to undo it because it is fine, but this is more like a type of a trial run, and it just kind of looks a little silly. So I'm going to warn y'all now, if you do knit up a sweater using that specific pattern, you'll want to keep in mind that it's going to look the way it does if you do it in the way that I did it. But regardless, I managed to use all of my hand spun for the yoke, and then I started knitting again with the heathered purple wool and knit a couple rounds before I tried it on just to test and see where I wanted those armholes, and it's gonna work and look really good. So now the challenge is to knit as much of it as I can, as quickly as I can, because I have other sweater projects in mind, definitely, that I want to work on. One of them is going to include the yarn that you're seeing me currently spin on my e-spinner on screen now. And these are the Dark Rainbow Rolags that I had blended up back in the winter months. There was a video around that time that you can see that process, and these actually turned out really well. So they are, along with some different types of dark and light colored wool, I am going to work on a sweater that's maybe stripy in effect, and it's purely going to use up the majority of my hand spun, meaning that handspun is going to make up the majority of the sweater itself. And then I might actually I was thinking of using the dyed rainbow gray skein that I had dyed up a couple weeks ago, maybe for the sleeves. And if not that, then that would make a really awesome cowl. I am quite liking that idea. I'm also going to try in this particular black and white rainbow sparkly sweater. Aren't all of my sweaters rainbow and sparkly at this point? What do you really expect of me? This is Sarah Sparkle Yarns. If you're new here, boop the like button. But yeah, I'm thinking to see about using the yarn that I spun the wool locks. But we'll have to see about trying to match up the gauge of the yarn to make it work really well, because that is going to play a key factor if I attempt to do that, just depending. But we'll see. That's like the third sweater for now. Like, if you count this one as sweater 1, sweater 2 is going to be another sweater where I'm going to try to use up the remaining of the purple wool heathers that I'm using for the majority here of the sweater. And I have a lot of other different types of colored purple handspun and similar yarns in my stash that would look pretty awesome. And I'm just gonna make a bunch of sweaters at this point. The running joke used to be, back when I worked for the cleaning crew, is like, hey Sarah, what you making? That's a scarf. Now I'm going to change and gonna flip the script, and the running joke is gonna be, hey Sarah, what you making? Another sweater. That's my goal. And they're gonna be art yarn sweaters. And so this is gonna be a fun project to use up what I got, because that is my goal. And I really haven't bought too much yarn this year, as in maybe past years. I haven't gone crazy, but I do have some projects in mind. And one of the clues is my order from Lion Brand shipped today, so hopefully it gets here soon. Comment in the comments, what do you think I'm planning? Because I'm able to show y'all, and I'm excited for that. And so I'm probably going to get some footage started filming on that soon, so that I can have it all queued up and ready to go when I'm ready to finally drop the video. But that won't be for maybe at least 2 weeks, give or take. But I kind of side tangented off again my goals have been to try to use up the yarns that I have, which is why I have like a lot of art and scrappy types of projects going. I am nearly getting very close to being done with the neon squares sweater thing that I've got a lot of them sewn together. I just need to sew up some more and then try it on, and then I need to crochet some sleeves. And I think I have a couple of ideas of what kind of yarn I might use. We'll see. It is a neon scrappy thing. I can do what I want. I can do what I want because it's my projects, and I encourage you to do what you want because they are your projects. If you want all that sparkle, go for it. And if all of these sweaters go pretty well, I have definitely been planning another sweater with some like teal colors, and I have some cool ideas. What I'm gonna do here in some future videos is basically compile together yarns for a specific project and kind of give you an idea of my thought process into how I'm going to incorporate yarns into sweater. Which, as far as yarn weight goes, if it's just all the same weight, that's pretty easy to figure out. It's when it gets to the textured and chunky yarns versus thinner yarns that gets a little fun when you're trying to put your sweater together and kind of sort of keep a consistent gauge. But we will get there in some future video. However, I have been talking for a little bit and I wanted to touch on to reintroduce myself. My name is Sarah. If you like yarn and fiber crafts such as knitting, crochet, and spinning, which is the making of yarn, and seeing really interesting projects that not too many people might have thought of, like for instance, I keep forgetting to save the tabs off of my monsters, and I might have some weirdly collected monster tabs from years ago somewhere floating around if I haven't got rid of them. Wouldn't that be awesome to create a very interesting spun up hand spun yarn, which I don't think I can do on my e-spinner, but I wouldn't let that stop me from knitting said monster tabs into a yarn project myself. And why, oh why would I want to call it Kyle? Tell me in the comments what you think about that. But anyway, I am tangenting again. I make really cool things if I do myself. I'm surrounded by color and sparkle with my yarns and projects. And I will leave you with this. Go make sparkle. Have a great day or night or wherever you may be. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.